Hello. Welcome to Mash Debaters. My name is DeAndre Robinson. These are my friends. Say hello, friends.
Hello, friends. It's March, which means March Madness time. I don't watch college basketball because I just don't. But hey, get your brackets in as soon as you can because this is going to be an interesting basketball season.
Hey, friends. It's your girl Cam. Just like Evan, not into college basketball, but being in Atlanta, you know what's going to be happening this weekend for me? All-Star Weekend.
Oh, fuck yeah, that is this weekend.
Yes, there will be all types of hoes, bros, and STDs in town.
It's your boy CJ, aka Dry Heels. All right, let's get this episode started.
So welcome to Mash Debaters, home of community debates. We'll be debating some of the most likely of topics, just like the three topics we have today. First topic is best Samuel Jackson role. So I do have some honorable mentions. First things first, shout out to Lewis Hines from the movie Soul Men. Really not really about him. It's about Bernie Mac in that movie and Isaac Hayes because they're their last movie before they died. However, that movie is fucking hilarious. Probably one of the most underrated comedies of all time.
It's a great movie. That's a great movie.
Soul Men is fucking hilarious. All right. Number two, shout out to Elijah Price. Elijah Price is from the Unbreakable series.
He's Mr. Glass, right?
Mr. Glass.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Glass. His name is Elijah Price, though, so I'm going to say.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, so shout out to that. Shout out to Darius Kincaid. If you haven't seen Hitman's Bodyguard, that shit's fucking hilarious too.
So stupid.
And they come out with a second one next year.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really? Oh, that's gonna be this.
The Hitman's Bodyguard's wife or something like that, or wife of some shit like that.
Oh, he fucking.
Yeah. What do you?
My last and final one is Officer T Penny from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
You stupid.
Okay, I will take that. That's a great set on.
You dumb.
However, my favorite, and to me, one of the best, because I'm not gonna lie, it's not better than one of these roles in this thing right here. However, what my favorite and one of the best roles from Samuel Jackson is Zeus from Die Hard with the Vengeance was the third one. The reason why I picked Zeus is that he was for the culture, and he was super smart. I didn't save you because you're my friend. I saved you because if one white cop get killed, y'all come down to the hood with itchy trigger fingers and gonna kill all the rest of us. Yo, that's one of the best fucking lines I ever heard. Listen, I didn't say you. I said you to save my ass. He was for the culture. He was smart as shit. He loved his family because he literally hopped on a fucking from a truck to a damn boat to make sure he get the code for his kids. Because there's a bomb at his kids' school.
Spoiler alert: there was no bomb.
Spoiler alert: there wasn't no bomb. However, he didn't know that though. All right, Zeus was the truth. He was for the culture. Listen, I love Samuel Jackson, but I'm not gonna pick him as a slave. I'm not gonna pick him as somebody that like he does roles where people call him the N-word a lot. I'm not gonna do that because that's sometimes that shit piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. I like him when he's real. He's for the culture. And this is one of my favorite roles by him.
Good honorable mentions. Good movie. I agree. I definitely like his role in this. It's smart. It's educated. It's almost like if the dad from Boys in the Hood would have got pulled into a movie, an action movie. It was similar to that, and then he got a little taste of the adrenaline, and he was with the shits. And I definitely appreciate it. I don't think it's my number one Sam Jackson role. I'll go into my choice and the reasoning behind that and all of that good stuff. However, out of all of like the rewatching and stuff that I did this week, this one was the one that I was like, I slept on this one a little bit. And so I definitely appreciated this pick. I just can't give it the number one spot, but it's definitely dope as fuck. Also shows you a lot of times, as usual, which we already know, the side person is really the person doing all the work and all the thinking, actually doing the like, is actually the hero, but that's not who gets the credit in the end. So
Okay.
yeah, but it's a great movie, great role.
He said, "My name is Jesus, not Jesus, Zeus." Like Pablo, like I'm trying to light bulb your ass, Zeus.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah. No, first off, shout out to fucking Bruce Willis's hairline. May it rest in peace. This was the last movie you seen it in. Yeah, yeah. No, that shit disappeared after this. Now, all right. Now, out of the four roles picked this week, three of them are actually in my top 5. This one isn't the one. Isn't it? I was honestly, I never really liked this character. Don't get me wrong. He starts off strong. He starts off strong. But empowering the kids about the culture and everything. But then immediately turns into a racist, self-centered asshole. Now you could be about the culture without being racist. No, he was racist as shit. And don't say just because if you black you can't be racist. That is not true.
That's definitely true. We can argue about that all the time.
You could be you could be black and be a racist.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can. He was he's racist and he's fucking self-centered, arrogant. I just didn't like it. I didn't like him at all. He was told that they needed him. You save a bunch of lives, and he literally said, "It's not my problem," and walked the fuck out.
It wasn't his problem. What the fuck it was?
That's bullshit, dude. Dude, there's a bunch of people that could die. You gonna say it's not your problem?
B.
But
people
yeah, see,
every day, B.
right? I'm saying, all right, yeah, no, y'all can try to say, but I just didn't like. I didn't like his character at all. I didn't like him. Didn't like him.
You're a
Didn't
very
like him.
Captain America person,
Yeah.
so I completely understand your response to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, you know what? One thing I did forget to mention, and I hate that I've literally been doing this a lot lately, but how the fuck did he forget that gold bar in the back of the other car? How did he leave the gold bar, bro? This was your payment for the whole day, and you just fucked up and left it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, after all those guys fucking ass shot off trying to fucking run with it. Yeah, I don't get that either. That was stupid. I just can't get behind this character. Okay?
This is one of the most underrated movie franchises, in my opinion, of all time. In terms of, I know there are plenty of people who don't like this movie franchise. I love it. First off, let's get to the top. This motherfucker's name is Zeus. All right, like Zeus is such a dope name, and on top of that, let's get to the real meat of the issue here. John McClane would not have survived this movie if it was not for Samuel L. Jackson's character. Period. And that's to piggyback off what Cam said. It's about the people, the supporting cast that made this movie great. It's about the reason that John McClane can do everything he wants to. Dude's not bulletproof. So this is one of the more action-y roles. He usually does a lot of he doesn't do a lot of action. He does action roles, but this is one of the more like hardcore action roles, like gunfights and shootouts and all that shit, like explosions. So I like this role. It's just not my personal favorite of his. There are 2 roles to be named that I prefer, every time over Die Hard with a Vengeance. I'm not saying that it's a bad role. It's just, it's not my favorite of his.
I'll try to actually remember to do my honorable mentions before my choice.
Oh shit, let's see if she steals
instead of having DeAndre edit it later. Thank you for all the times I've made you do that. And so, all right, you actually made me adjust because you did take one away from me. His role in Kingsman, The Secret Service, hilarious to me. Childish, immature, still love it.
I can't stand the sight of blood.
I just love a villain who absolutely can't see death. It's just hilarious. It's stupid. stupid, but it's just so.
Shout out to how good of a movie Kingsman is. Period. Though that movie's the shit.
Part. Mm-hmm. Also, Shaft. I don't know if it piggybacks because he definitely did a second one with his son. And then we do have to do Coach Carter for the culture. His role, very short, but again hilarious. And the other guys in the beginning, hilarious.
I was so mad.
Yeah.
Aim for the bushes.
There was nowhere near no bushes. Oh, I was so pissed.
Well, no bushes, no awning, no clouds, no birds. That's just too funny. My actual choice is A Time to Kill. So, for those who are unfamiliar, A Time to Kill is based off of a book.
Free Carly!
Listen, before Sam Jackson was dropping all types of motherfuckers and was doing all this other stuff that we finna talk about or were talking about, there was this. Okay? This role will always be my number one Sam Jackson role. This is the most realest shit that has been put on TV way ahead of this time. It's been ongoing for decades, but this is the most absolute realist shit. For the people who haven't seen it or just, you're not going to watch it, you don't mind the spoiler alert. In this movie, Sam Jackson plays Carly. Carly's young daughter, Tanya, is coming home on a country road back in the days and gets taken by two drunken white boys in a yellow pickup truck. And they take her, they beat her, they rape her, they try to hang her, the branch breaks. And so to dispose of her, they throw her over a bridge into a shallow river. She does not die from this. Her body is found. And the two boys get arrested. And Carly says, hey, he goes to this lawyer that represented his brother at one point, says, hey, all these other cases, and he lists situations that are similar in the past in the neighborhood. He said, those people got off, right? And the lawyer was like, yeah, unfortunately they did. So he goes, oh, all right, bet. And what he does is when it's time for them to go set bail, he sat overnight in a fucking closet so that he could come out with the blicky and
laid them down.
Lit them two white boys the fuck up the way that they fucking deserve. Okay? The whole movie goes through the whole process, arrest, trial, all of that good stuff. But every time Carly opens his mouth in this movie, the shit he says is real as fuck and is not something that's dated. From now till then, and probably in the future, he be saying some real shit. Even to the point of how he tells his lawyer how to win the case at the end. Realest shit ever. Obviously, the most iconic part of it is when he says, you're damn right they deserve to die. And I hope they burn in hell. It's so fucking satisfying. Okay? It's beyond satisfying. That part is definitely the most satisfying part, but I feel like the part where he has a conversation with his lawyer, when the lawyer comes to him like, look, we're gonna lose this case. And he goes, nah, we're not gonna lose this case because you're one of them. You think because you're my friend, you're on the good side. And Carly pretty much breaks down that equality doesn't work because you decide that you're just, oh, I don't see color. We're the same. We'll never be the same. That's the point. You're on that side of the fence and you do what you can do from that side of the fence to help the people on this side of the fence. That is the reality of life. And for him to say some shit like that so far ahead of the game with conversations that some people still can't understand today, it's just crazy to me. Nothing is ever going to top. Ain't no amount of motherfuckers ever going to top this fucking role for me. So it's my number one spot.
Anyways, no one knows how they will react to this situation. This is something that's completely unthinkable. You think you know what you do, but you don't know what you do until it actually happens.
I know I'm a Carly.
All right. It was it. Carly did what he thought was best to get justice for his daughter. I can't condone it, but I completely understand it. I think he did the right thing. But yeah, I can't really condone it, but yeah, at the same time, yeah, he did what need to be done. You know, it was kind of quick for me, but yeah, they got what they deserve. The thing is, this character is not like Sam's usual, like fucking like over aggressive fucking fucking profanity spewing fucking asshole motherfuckers and all that. But Carl Lee is intelligent, kind, and genuine. This is an amazing character, and is one of the few roles that Samuel was able to actually show his true range. How fucking great an actor he really is, and this is why I can't fuck with it. This is number one right here.
Like in the beginning, he had me for a second there. I was just like, "Don't."
They had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know what I would do. I know what I would do. I got enough bullets to do it.
Yeah. See, everyone says that to the time because.
Let's hope that time never comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you can hope for. But
you never want to be put in that situation. But if you have to,
all the time, don't let me find out because I'm going to jail.
So this movie is extremely powerful. I don't put it. I'm not going to fault him for the fact that he mowed him down. They deserved it. Period. Point blank. And I know CJ's never been the kind of like I'm going to kill you type guy. It takes a lot to get CJ to that point. But you ain't just going. It takes a lot. But listen, I understand. The crazy thing in this is like this is a really good movie overall, and it's not just because of Sam Jackson too. There's McConaughey in this movie is great. Like one of the most intense scenes in this whole movie is when McConaughey's reenacting what happened to Tanya, and like going into detail, and it's insane. But
I'm so glad that they did that at the end of the movie. I hate to interrupt, but in the book, it obviously is a book. Books are always detailed. It's very fucking clear on what happens to her in the book. Right. And I read the book first. I didn't know it was a movie until after. And the depiction that they give at the end is the closest the movie ever actually goes into the disrespectful shit that happened to that little girl. So it's such a powerful movie, and it's for the time it came out, it's like it's so far ahead of the situations that's going on. Like it's a movie that transcends a particular role. You have movies like that throughout the decades that just stick with people, and that's one of them. Sam Jackson, this movie is just great.
First things first, this book is fucking amazing. Let's get that shit straight right now. That book is fucking fire. It's horrible. Like that book is. You read it, and
it's
a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot in this book that the movie looks like most movies don't actually go into detail with. But the book is amazing. I don't know about CJ. CJ said you don't know what you do in that situation. One, I hope I'm never in that situation. But CJ, you can talk to your fucking self because if that happened to my kid, I'm willing to go to jail. I don't give a damn about the court. You can fuck the court. Listen.
Keep in mind, CJ is a military man. He may have seen things you have not seen that he would not like to see again.
Okay, and I'm okay with that. But however, you can't talk for everybody else. I'm willing to go to jail if you rape my daughter.
It's a big old teddy bear.
If you rape my daughter, it's a wrap.
I'm gonna put a motherfucker so deep that the guard dogs can't even sniff his body out.
No, I'm gonna do the Paul Mooney. Oh. Paul Mooney one time said in his stand up that you touch one of my kids, I'm gonna cut your head off, take it to a bar, and order a drink for it. Give me a Jameson and give my men a beer.
Oh shit!
Like real shit.
That's insane. Listen, I'm gonna treat it like Octavia Spencer in The Help made him eat a shit pie.
No, fuck that. He gotta die. So
you guys are better. That's one thing I like about men. You guys are very direct and to the point. Because I'm gonna tell you. Like I'm gonna drag this out. It's emotional for me, and I'm gonna make it emotional for you.
Yeah, that's what I said. Those two white dudes, their death was too quick. But it got the job done.
CJ,
But
let's hang them by their toes.
I want Law Abiding Citizen.
That's a good one.
I want Law Abiding
Citizen does that does bring me peace.
Mm-hmm.
I know at the end they're like, "Oh, you're terrible," but
it does.
I loved him the whole time. I was like, "You better kill all those people." That's right.
Real shit.
Drag us out.
Kim,
10 years later.
Kim, I 4 or 5 years, but still, Kim, obviously, I can't fuck with this movie. If you know me, you know I cannot fuck with this movie. Like, his role, the only bad about the shot, which he couldn't, obviously, he couldn't hold the blicky, but obviously, he shot somebody that shouldn't got shot.
Yeah.
I think they even.
But even that dude fucking forgave him more. Yeah, it was on his side.
He had to get his leg amputated.
You cut him loose. You're free.
Yeah. He was still. They cut his leg off, and he was still on his side. Yeah.
He's like, you cut him loose. I'd have did the same thing.
Every man said that. Even McConaughey said that he might do some shit like that. Listen, I can't fuck with this movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I watched the movie, didn't read the book. I read the ebook, and listen, I'm not gonna lie. I feel ashamed about first time watching the movie because this can't pick. I should have watched this a long fucking time ago. This movie's fucking fantastic. Samuel L. Jackson should have got a Golden Globe. He got nominated for a Golden Globe. He should have got way more than this. Like, hashtag Grammys no black. Anyway, because he should have got more. He should got more worth than this shit.
This whole people,
definitely.
Sandra Bullock.
McConaughey.
And then fucking Kevin. Listen. I don't hate Kevin Spacey. I saw him with him. He did to that boy. But his characters, I don't really hate. Like, I hate all Kevin Spacey's characters. He plays them so well. He plays the bad guys.
It makes you hate him.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey is a great character artist, but he's a terrible person.
He's a horrible person. However, you hate everything about him. Cam, great fucking pick. Probably one of the best picks of this year because this shit was fucking amazing. Literally, the closing argument for McConaughey. You saw about the closing argument. He went to detail, but then what topped it off? What topped that shit off?
Now imagine if she was white.
God,
everybody's eyes open. Like, what the fuck? I don't like this story no more. Like, but that was that. To be honest, it was something he was doing the whole time and didn't realize it. Because in the movie, if you think about it, he keeps thinking about his daughter. All you're doing is thinking about what would have happened to your little white girl, and it pissed you the fuck off. And that's all you had to do. Anybody with a young daughter was able to relate. And so he just had to then put that on the table for everybody. But that shit, that was the best way to end that fucking court drama. That shit. Listen, little black boy run outside, KKK.
He's innocent.
One of my favorite parts was the fight. What was that
outside
fight?
and go, innocent. He's innocent. Everybody's like,
Yo, one of my favorite parts was that. I'm not gonna lie, was that fight, the KKK versus black writers.
My favorite part was when they hit the KKK with the Molotov cocktail. He was just running around like.
Fucking busted him.
Like, your dumbass did not even remember to stop, drop, and roll for the first couple of minutes. You're engulfed, and now you want to be on the floor.
He was in the cheap Dollar-Tree sheets though. That shit went up quick.
He was in them shiny joints. You could tell that shit is cheap.
just like Chappelle said, if you could kill a KKK every fucking episode, I would.
Yeah.
Slave every episode. Yo, that shit was satisfying.
I could just picture one random ass TV show like CSI or something, and a random bullet goes off, and all of a sudden you see it flying across town just to hit a KKK guy.
Every episode,
he just sitting in the diner eating his food and he just
No, just say just like random shit happen to racists. Just walk by.
The movie did piss me off. I was like, you upset now? All of a sudden you want to join the KKK, bitch? If you don't just come to this front door like everybody else and fight me, like I was just like,
I know, fucking pussy ass shit,
seats and shit like. The ending where he was like, "You belong over there," damn, and pushed that police officer to the other side. I was just like,
"That was great."
Awesome.
By the time he found out, like, listen, come on now, Rock.
You remember that shit too?
Like, come on.
That was the show. Because I got some honorable mentions. Lazarus. That's Lazarus from Black Snake Moan. It was a dope character. I don't know why he wasn't stuck his neck out for that fucking like crazy white girl, but he did. he was a compassionate motherfucker, and I thought that was a really good role. Another one is Gator Purify, Jungle Fever. I'm sorry, but he gets me every time. Every time I watch that movie, he gets me. Okay, yeah, him and fucking cracked out. Okay, Halle Berry. All right, another honorable mention. Frozone.
Where is my super soap?
Yeah. that was a great role. Those are great. Those are great movies. If you haven't seen them, check those out. All right. The role I picked, best Samuel Jackson role, is Jules Winfield, Pulp Fiction. I don't care what anybody says. This is a great character. And actually, he's one of the most quotable characters in cinematic history. Like, everybody knows fucking one of his quotes. Okay. But it's not just that way. He's just he actually has some character growth movie. Started as a hitman, killing everybody, not giving a fuck. Then had a brush with death and decided that God had something better for him. So he decided to leave the life, and change his ways. He even tried to talk his stupid ass partner into fucking do the same thing, but his partner's a moron. Decided not to, and they ended up getting blasted. So, but I just think he did a really good job with this character. Is almost tailor made for him. That's fucking shooting motherfuckers up, talking shit. That's what Sam Jackson. That's what Sam Jackson do.
For people who don't know me, I'm a Quentin Tarantino fan. Pulp Fiction, I love the movie. Unfortunately, Sam Jackson's character in this movie, for as good as it is, gets outshadowed by John Travolta. But they play off each other so well that it doesn't even really matter. Jules is he's such a dominant on-screen presence. And like CJ said, this is one of the most quotable movies that I've seen. There's a lot of people who know a lot of quotes. Not me personally, because I've only seen it, I think, 3 times. It's a great movie though. My biggest issue with it is it is even with him. It's with just the surrounding cast. I just feel is just like trying to upstage Sam Jackson at the time. And at this point in time, Sam Jackson is still the bigger actor in the movie. So I would argue at least that Sam Jackson is the bigger star in this movie, but it's not a bad movie. It's one of my favorite roles of him. This would have been my pick if I didn't let CJ pick him first.
So one, I need to say this again. Oscar's so white because there's this. Yes, I may have some problems with it before, but I need to say it off the bat that he was a nominee for Oscar. He was a nominee for a Golden Globe, and he did not get any of these. I need to check who was there, but again, he should have got something for this movie, for the acting role, his acting in this movie. His acting was fucking fantastic. Samuel Jackson's acting was fantastic in this movie. Couple things I didn't like about this movie. Biggest thing is, again, I'm not a big fan of roles where he's a crackhead, he's a slave, or he lets somebody call him an N-word. And that's definitely in this movie. He let Quentin Tarantino call him N-word in this movie about 4 or 5 times actually. I'm definitely not a fan of those things right there. I mean, that's what it is. Somebody's going to play it. I mean, that's what it is. You get your money how you want. However, I'm not a fan of that shit at all. I'm not a fan of black people be treated as crackheads. I hate the slaves. We already have so many slave movies. Pick something else. And I'm not a fan of him letting somebody call him the N-word. All in all, it was a pretty good role for him. I'm not a big fan of the religious thing ever, too, because I'm not religious myself. However, though, he played the role pretty well. He played the role pretty well. TJ is right. The quotes in this movie is fucking amazing. I know most of the damn quotes for this role. But all in all, again, I'm not a big fan of my major thing is I'm not a big fan of not just Sam Jackson, but Sam Jackson being called the N-word by white people, especially in Quentin Tarantino movie, because he's most of Quentin Tarantino movies, he's literally the black person that's called an N-word a lot. And that's this Django and Hateful Eight. Not a bad pick, just me.
Sam Jackson mixed with Quentin Tarantino is gonna make something that DeAndre doesn't like. Happens more than once.
Facts.
It is what it is. Do the movies overall end up being good movies? Yes. I kind of agree with Dre a little bit, but not like too much, because like it depends on like, I don't know, it just depends. But is it a good movie? Yes. Is he great at the role? Absolutely. I don't think anyone could have like played this role and did it as well as Sam did. Like he had his own little spice on it that made it just right, if you know what I mean. Like he definitely was that middle bowl of porridge, and it was perfect. However, here's the fucking Jerry curl. I don't know why we've been letting this shit fly for so long.
Because it's Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna take my man's and give him a fucking Jerry curl. Like he is a gun-toting, like he is a killer.
Exactly. He can wear whatever the fuck he wants. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Curl. Like
he can wear a mohawk. Ain't nobody gonna tell him shit.
In all honesty, his hair is fucked up in 94% of the movies.
Looking at it. You can see it.
Here's my thing.
Look at nigga forehead.
Every other type of version of black man hair is acceptable to me, except a man and a Jerry curl.
Evan, to the side. Let's show that one too.
That just to me, like you get old, you roll out of bed, your head looks like that. I'm fine with that. Okay, you woke up like this, and I'm cool with that.
But his hairline pulled back here.
Listen. I'm. Why the fuck did Tarantino feel like, you know what tipped this off? A Jerry curl. Like that one fucking detail pisses me the fuck off the whole movie, because I'm enjoying it, and then I'm looking at this goddamn Jerry curl. Like, with that being said, you guys are right. It's very quotable, and that may be why I like this quote elsewhere, because I don't gotta look at the Jerry curl, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. What? Do they speak English or what? Like, English motherfucker, do you speak it? Like, it's fantastic. The whole fire and brimstone, reading a Bible verse before shooting motherfuckers, it's real cool or whatever. But he did it with a Jerry curl. Like, you just, I can't get over it. I don't know no gangster people with Jerry curls. I don't remember no gangster people with Jerry curls. I don't remember no stories about gangster people with Jerry curls. Like this level.
All gangsters had Jerry curls back in the day.
With Jerry curls. And to be honest, it don't make any sense, because you usually dripping and you leave evidence.
The motherfuckers that shot Ricky had Jerry curl.
They were in the car,
everybody had Jerry curls back in the day. Yeah.
They were in the car. Here's my thing, and I'm like, hood gangsters and professional hitmen dripping Jerry curl juice is not the same thing. You can't let your soul glow and be releasing souls at the same time. Okay, you have to choose. You have to choose, and that's what Tarantino fucked up. He don't understand what the Jerry curl is to the culture, and that's how you fucked up. Don't die on me, CJ. Just let your soul.
Oh my goodness.
It would have did a lot better for me without the Jerry curl. With that being said, I'm done with my Jerry curl rant. We can move on.
I have a couple honorable mentions. Listen, my first one's John Arnold, for people who watch Jurassic Park. Samuel L. Jackson was in the first Jurassic Park movie. I love it.
Fast too.
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah. So my second pick is for my Star Wars fans out there, Mace Windu. He got the purple lightsaber. He badass.
He died too.
He died. Oh well.
Hey,
I
So
only
what,
have
Yoda-
4 honorable
Yoda
mentions.
died
I'd have
too.
put the dude
Don't
from
he
Deep.
know?
I'd have put his character in Deep Blue Sea in there, and he died too. My last 2 honorable mentions are 2 of my favorite roles of Samuel Jackson ever. So my first one is Neville Flynn. Now, if that name don't sound familiar, it's because he's had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Okay,
look,
Sam Jackson.
edited Devil Filling on BT was the best. I'm sick of this on
Yeah.
this Monday to Friday.
Oh my god.
That's
That,
the best. That's the only fucking movie I want to watch edited. Like,
Yeah.
Sam
That's
Jackson
ridiculous.
and Snakes on a Plane is fucking hilarious. My last honorable mention. Listen, people know I love Quentin Tarantino. People know I love this movie. It's Steven from Django Unchained. This is a character that my 3 co-hosts they even said it's an insane role, and he plays it such a different way because and CJ hates him because of it. So it's a solid role. I'm gonna leave it at that because I've talked Django to death before. So my pick, I'm sorry, is Nick Fury. And if I could give myself and I can't fuck with it, I can't fuck with it because he's in the Marvel universe, man. I'm sorry. Listen, Nick Fury in any of the Marvel movies or any entity that Marvel has that Samuel L. Jackson has played Nick Fury, he's played it well. He's I think the second most appearing person in any movie besides Tony Stark, or is he the first? Because he's in almost everything.
I think he's second.
I think now he's the first.
I think he's
It
second.
was Tony Stark for a long time, but
I
now it's
don't
the
think
first.
he's the first. I think he's like
I think he's
second.
close. I think he's close. But
I think he's in like the credits of some, and then he's not
Yeah.
in some at all.
so
But it doesn't.
I'm not going to talk too much to death on this because I know we got a couple Marvel fans in here who like Marvel movies. I'm going to let them get theirs in too. But Nick Fury, to me, is he's basically the guy who started the Avengers Initiative. And without Nick Fury starting the Avengers Initiative and pushing for it, we wouldn't have what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is today. So I love Nick Fury as a character. I think there was no other better choice to play him than Samuel L. Jackson. So that's what I got to say about it.
Technically, we are right. He's tied for the most. Okay, he's tied. Okay,
With who?
with Tony Stark.
All right, your math is off. All right.
I'm
It's
looking
not
at it.
he's
I'm
looking at it.
looking at it.
Yeah.
Because you have CJ, you have to remember that he pops up in the credits of a lot of movies and randomly through the movies, even if he doesn't spend a lot of time in some.
No, I'm saying I'm saying Nick Fury should be more because he's in every movie that Tony Stark is in, plus other movies.
He's not every movie Tony Stark's in.
Because I looked it up so that I could watch the ones with Justin. Like it, yeah, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about that later. All right. Anyway, so and we don't know everybody. We pick our choices the week before. I actually had Nick Fury as my pick, and then I switched it for a couple reasons. One, I fuck with Zeus more. 2, and I had to think about it. Now, I guess we're talking about the MCU. However, I'm a comic book fan. Nick Fury. No, first things first. Shout out to Marvel for letting Samuel L. Jackson be Nick Fury. The black guy be Nick Fury. The black guy be head of the table. I fuck with that. Thank you. However, Nick Fury was white. If Nick Fury was somebody else at the time, it would be different. We don't know if how this role would have been different if somebody else would have did it. And
You're not wrong.
And that's my only small gripe with it. I love Nick Fury. I love Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. All right. There's some things that Sam Jackson does as Nick Fury that I love and that I know that nobody else will do, or it won't catch on that much. However, though, because Nick Fury was actually white, you made him black anyway. You could have put literally anybody in that role, and it would have been Nick Fury. Here's the thing: you put anybody in that role, comic book fans would still eat that shit up.
You're not wrong. It doesn't matter who was in Nick Fury at first. Yeah. It's just the fact that he is the established Nick Fury.
He is Nick Fury, so he gets the props, and I hope he plays Nick Fury for a very long time. Especially when Secret Invasions come out next year, I'm going to be watching that. However, anybody could have been Nick Fury.
I love me some Nick Fury. I love Sam Jackson as Nick Fury
because you look like him.
Yeah. What?
Because you look like him.
Didn't CJ on our Halloween episode? Wasn't CJ Nick Fury?
Hey,
This
Hey, I think
motherfucker
it's a
did was
basic
buy an
character.
iPad. But I am wearing a costume.
Hey, it worked, didn't it?
No.
Yeah. Fuck you.
The iPad was too tight. That shit was
That shit was cut off in break.
That shit was horrible. I had a headache all
You
episode.
saw CJ getting slower as the episode progressed.
Yeah.
that shit was really like squeezing his skull. That shit was too funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I gotta prepare way earlier next year. That was horrible. Like for reals. Anyway. Yeah. No, the only thing I don't like about the way they do with the Nick Fury character is I wanted to see us. I don't think there's any way he could do a standalone movie.
He gets getting a standalone show. He's getting a standalone show.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it works out.
Let's talk
But the
about
way-
what exists
the-
now.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
I was saying. I was trying to say though, the way they've portrayed him, and the way they set it up, he's just more of a, he's more of a side character. All right, yeah, I'm behind the scenes. I'll pop out every now and then, but I'm gone. I said, yeah, I said.
Sorry.
The way they set him up throughout the MCU is probably not gonna happen or be successful. They set him up to not be in the limelight. They set him up to be all right, Shadowcraft and do the behind the scenes. I'll pop up, boom, look, I got your back, I got you. All right, now I'm out. Then I don't know. That's just how I see things. That's just how I feel about it. But it is one of my favorite roles. Definitely one of my favorite Samuel Jackson roles. Like, not number one, but at least top three.
So obviously we all love Nick Fury. We all love anything Marvel related, to be honest. We're like little Marvel crackheads, to be honest. It's not gonna take much.
You got some Marvel for me?
Exactly. You bet. Is that Marvel? Ooh, you want to share? Like, we're crackheads for Marvel, and that's okay. Because we could be real crackheads, and that would be much worse. I kind of get what like CJ is saying, like, as far as for what is established, right, that you can watch Nick Fury in, not comics, like literally a movie where you see his face, or even a show, but really it's just movies as Nick Fury. It's limited at this point. Is he a great character? Absolutely. But they definitely use him. They always use him as like a stepping stone, really. He gets a little bit of shine in Winter Soldier, where they're attacking his vehicle and you see him kind of on his own, fighting for a little bit. And that little bit was dope. I was like, okay.
He was whooping that ass. He was taking them shots too.
Yes, and then we also get a little bit of it of him doing his thing in Captain Marvel, where we actually get to see Agent Nick Fury in action versus just giving orders. With that being said, and granted, it helps you become better, but he seems to always lose the actual physical fighting part, or he just dips. I don't know.
Yeah, but look at who he be up against, though.
he get his ass whooped, and he thinks his way out of it, which is cool, and it's literally what makes him so amazing. Because he lives to fight another day, and ends up being able to then be a support system for the fighters of the next generation or whatever, however you want to look at it. But something about him consistently getting his ass whooped don't sit right with me. Or consistent, I feel like he's more of a brain than brawn type. And I feel like maybe that's why up until this point you've only gotten little nuggets of him, because there's not much action related to his role. But being that he's a spy, that's okay.
Yeah, if you have a spy that's constantly in the action, he ain't a good spy.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. And I'm just and to be honest, being that I'm a very analytical person, I like that his shit is always well thought out. They don't just throw his shit together. It makes complete sense how you got from point A to point B all the way to point Z. And so I love the Nick Fury role. I just can't put it as the best Sam Jackson Jackson, sorry, role because I definitely agree
Jackson.
with Ray. I feel like there are maybe 3 other actors on the planet that we never seen Sam do this role, and they would have put someone else in it. We would have been just as satisfied.
Oh, can I ask you who, Cam? Give me your top one. Just give me your top one.
I don't know if I have a top one because
but Morgan Freeman have done it
in my head. Who do you have listed? Now, and I'll let you know if I agree.
The only other person I could have saw do this because I've seen him be kind of that like tinkerer in the past was Morgan Freeman, because I saw him do it in the Batman movies. But it would have been a much older Nick Fury, and it could have failed in the long run. But I think they could have put Morgan Freeman in there.
So there are people.
I feel like we could have been pleasantly surprised with Morgan Freeman. Because to be honest, I've never seen him do serious, like, or even just the basic action that Nick Fury did. Like, okay, so for instance, in that in that Winter Soldier movie where he's in the car, it wasn't actually that much fucking action. Most of it's happening outside of the car and not within the car.
Right.
The best bulletproof car
ever. Holy shit! It puts Air Force 2 to shame.
Of course, he's the director.
Look, I mean, like, if you are going to be the director of a spy, like, you probably do want to be riding and shit, like,
for real.
But again, a lot of the action happens outside the vehicle, and he's just giving smart commands to save his own life. And so I think if they would have put Morgan Freeman in that role, he probably, if he would have accepted it, he would have killed it. I just don't know if I would see him actually accepting it.
There was one person that had that role, but then turned it down. Then they gave Samuel Jackson, and I actually can see it from the comic book standpoint. It was Clooney. It was George.
Clooney would have made a good Fury. I can't even say he wouldn't have.
Yeah, it was George.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that.
But then he turned it down.
I could see Clooney. Clooney, I think, wouldn't have been terrible, especially because Clooney is about the same age as Sam Jackson is,
and Clooney looks like if you actually look at like
the character,
the old comic book character.
Clooney look like Nick Fury.
Yeah, I think age had to do with it too. Like the only thing that would have stopped Morgan Freeman down the line would have been the fact that he was older than Sam Jackson is. But yeah.
No. For those who didn't know, David Hasselhoff has also played Nick Fury.
What?
Yeah,
you didn't know that?
The old crappy fucking.
Yes. Way back in the day, when the old cartoons were out, everything. And Nick Fury was white. Yeah, the movie came out. It was played by David Hasselhoff.
Shout out to David Hasselhoff at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 doing the music video.
I forgot about that.
Start doing Hasselfrau. I mean, number 1 is Nick Fury. Number 2 is Jules. I'm actually gonna put Carl third because of the power in that role. And then I'm going to go. I already forgot the first person. DeAndre's character last.
I put Carly first. Actually, I'm going to put Zeus second. I'm going to put Nick Fury third, and then the Pulp Fiction guy last.
All right, I got Carly first, Jules Winfield second, Nick Fury third, and Zeus fourth.
So I have Carly first. I mean, that's it is what it is. I mean, that's the best thing he ever did. Carly's first. Yeah. Then I got Zeus second. And then I know I said about the N-word stuff. However, I am going to pick Jules third. And the only reason I'm picking Nick Fury fourth is, like I said before, that literally could be anybody.
If it wasn't for that Jerry Curl, he would have got third for me, but